Money is one of the most powerful forces shaping our lives, yet the way people think about money is often deeply misunderstood. Many assume that financial success is the result of intelligence, mathematical ability, or knowledge about markets and economics. However, the truth is far more surprising. Financial success is rarely about how smart you are, it is mostly about how you behave. The way people save, spend, invest, and react to uncertainty is driven by psychology, emotions, experiences, and habits rather than pure logic. Morgan Housel's book The Psychology of Money explores this idea in depth and explains that understanding human behavior is far more important than understanding financial formulas. People from different backgrounds see money differently because everyone grows up in unique environments. Someone who grew up during a time of economic hardship might value saving and security above everything else, while someone raised in times of prosperity might be more comfortable taking risks. Because of these different experiences, two intelligent people can look at the same financial situation and come to completely different conclusions, both believing they are right. This explains why financial decisions that seem irrational to one person may make perfect sense to another. One of the most important lessons from the psychology of money is that getting wealthy and staying wealthy require completely different skills. Getting rich often requires taking risks, being optimistic about opportunities, and aggressively pursuing growth. But staying wealthy requires a very different mindset. It requires humility, caution, patience, and the ability to survive mistakes and unexpected events. Many people who become rich eventually lose everything because they underestimate how important it is simply to avoid ruin. The history of finance is filled with stories of people who made huge fortunes but eventually lost them because they took one risk too many. Survival is the key. If you can stay in the game long enough, time becomes your greatest ally. Another major idea discussed in the book is the enormous role that luck and risk play in financial outcomes. Society tends to celebrate successful people and assume that their achievements are entirely the result of hard work, intelligence, and discipline. While those qualities matter, luck also plays a huge role. Being born in the right place, having the right opportunities, meeting influential people, or simply avoiding catastrophic events can dramatically shape someone's financial life. Likewise, failure is not always the result of poor decisions. Sometimes people simply experience bad luck. Recognizing the role of luck and risk helps us remain humble about our own success and compassionate toward those who struggle. It also reminds us that copying the strategies of extremely successful individuals may not always work because their outcomes were influenced by circumstances that cannot be replicated. One of the most powerful financial concepts explained in the book is compounding. Compounding occurs when returns begin to generate their own returns over time, creating exponential growth. Even small amounts of money can grow into massive wealth if given enough time. The secret of compounding is patience. It does not require extraordinary intelligence or complex strategies. Instead, it requires consistency and the discipline to allow investments to grow without constantly interfering. A famous example of this principle is Warren Buffett, one of the richest investors in history. While Buffett is undoubtedly skilled, a significant portion of his wealth comes from the fact that he started investing very early and allowed compounding to work for more than 7 decades. Time, not brilliance, is often the most important factor in wealth creation. Another powerful lesson from the psychology of money is that wealth is what you do not see. In modern society, people often associate wealth with visible signs of success such as expensive cars, luxurious houses, designer clothes, and extravagant lifestyles. But these displays of consumption are often misleading. True wealth is not the money that is spent but the money that is saved and invested. Real wealth is invisible because it consists of financial assets quietly growing in the background. Many individuals who appear wealthy may actually be financially fragile because their lifestyle requires continuous spending. Meanwhile, someone living modestly may have significant wealth simply because they consistently saved and invested their income. The book emphasizes that the ability to control your time and choices without depending on a paycheck is the true definition of wealth. Saving money is therefore one of the most powerful habits a person can develop. Many people believe that saving depends primarily on income, but the psychology of money shows that saving is largely about behavior and priorities. A person earning a moderate income who consistently saves a portion of their earnings can eventually accumulate substantial wealth. In contrast, someone earning a very high income may remain financially insecure if they continually increase their spending. Saving provides a margin of safety in life. It allows individuals to handle emergencies, adapt to unexpected opportunities, and maintain independence during difficult times. The purpose of saving is not merely to prepare for financial emergencies, it is to create flexibility and control over one's future. The concept of enough is another powerful theme in the book. Many financial disasters occur because people fail to recognize when they already have enough. In a culture driven by comparison and status, individuals constantly measure their success against others. This comparison can push people into taking unnecessary risks in order to achieve higher levels of wealth or maintain social status. History provides many examples of extremely wealthy individuals who lost everything because they continued to chase more even when they already possessed far more than they needed. Understanding the value of enough protects people from this destructive cycle. Knowing when to stop and appreciating what you already have is one of the most important financial skills. Long-term thinking is another essential principle discussed in the psychology of money. Financial markets are unpredictable and constantly influenced by economic cycles, political events, technological changes, and human emotions. Short-term fluctuations are inevitable, yet many people react to these fluctuations emotionally. Investors often panic during market downturns and sell their investments at the worst possible time, only to buy again after prices have risen. Successful investors understand that volatility is part of the process. Instead of attempting to predict every movement of the market, they focus on building a strategy that can survive uncertainty. The goal is not to eliminate risk, which is impossible, but to prepare for it and remain patient during periods of instability. Another central lesson from the book is that the ultimate purpose of money is freedom. The greatest benefit of financial wealth is not the ability to purchase luxury goods but the ability to control your time. Financial independence means having the freedom to choose how you spend your days, where you live, what work you pursue, and how you prioritize your life. Money becomes a tool that allows individuals to live according to their values rather than being forced into decisions by financial necessity. This freedom is far more valuable than any material possession. Finally, the psychology of money teaches that financial success is primarily about behavior rather than intelligence. You do not need to be a genius to manage money effectively. Instead, success comes from patience, discipline, humility, and the ability to remain calm when others panic. Avoiding catastrophic mistakes is often more important than making brilliant decisions. Simple habits such as saving regularly, investing consistently, living below your means, and maintaining a long-term perspective can produce extraordinary results over time. The most successful investors and wealth builders are often not those with the highest IQs but those who maintain steady behavior during both good times and bad. Money influences nearly every aspect of human life, from personal relationships to career choices and life opportunities. Yet the real secret to financial success lies not in complex financial strategies but in understanding the psychology behind our decisions. By mastering the behavioral aspects of money, patience, humility, long-term thinking, and the ability to recognize when enough is truly enough, anyone can build a more stable, prosperous, and meaningful financial life.